Today we're going to find out if buying the cheapest Volvo possible on Facebook Marketplace, which is a 2013 XC70 T6 for $1,600 on Facebook Marketplace. Is it worth it? Here's what's wrong with it. Let's dive into it.
My buddy Kyle on Instagram, who follows me for my Land Cruiser content, said, hey, you really got to check out these Volvo XC70s. They're very underrated. And I thought, what the heck, why not? So I was scrolling through Marketplace. After a few months, I saw one pop up for really cheap, and it was listed for $25. I saw it was marked down for $2,000. So I just said hello, started small talk, and I went to view it. And he immediately said I could view it the next morning. The listing had only been up for 8 hours, so that was a good sign that the seller was willing to sell it fast. So I went to him, checked it out, and it didn't run great. It had all these blemishes, and I just decided to roll the dice and pick it up, but this is what we got.
Okay, I just washed the vehicle. I've had it for about a week now, and let's just go over all the little things that's wrong with it. Let's start with the outside. First of all, the obvious, big stuff. Something fell on the car, it looks like, caused a big dent. The fender trim is pulling up, and then down here it's pulling up as well. Repairable, yes. The next biggest thing is something hit the windshield. Looks like a rock or something. I believe he said in his driveway things were falling on it. Cracked the windshield, pretty bad. What I did notice though is all the glass on this car is Volvo. The next thing, for a 2013, it is not in that good of condition. It's got a lot of road debris. The headlights need to be refinished. It's got a lot of kind of chips on the mirrors and front bumper, but it does have some dings here and there. Oh, this stuff back here, got a lot of these scratches. These holes were drilled out where you couldn't put the bolts in there to mount it properly. It does have 225,000 miles. I would say with the interior, there's nothing really that wrong with it that I found other than the little shifter boot being a little bit torn. Now, the major thing that's wrong with this vehicle is when I first bought it, I noticed it was running a little low on power, and then when I took it off-roading, it has caused a misfire. What caused the misfire? When they put coil packs and plugs to try to fix the rough running issue, they use aftermarket coil packs, which didn't actually seat all the way and clip. So recently, to eliminate the idea that the coil packs were actually bad, I zip tied them so that there's a 100% connection on each one of these coil packs so that I know the coil packs are good. I have no more misfires. Now, I believe it's the fuel pump, so I ordered a fuel pump. We're gonna put it on and see if that fixes the issue. It does have Volvo stamps on all the body panels, including the hood. All of the glass is Volvo, but those are the major things wrong with it. It's lacking power, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Some of my favorite features on the Volvo. Nice. I don't even know what these things are, but they're cool. For a child seat? How cool is that? And then look at this. This comes down. Got some really nice cup holders. This pops up. This pops back. So if you're in the rear seat, you have like an executive little workspace. The seats lay down flat, give you lots of room. Another one of my favorite features. Folding mirrors, nice. All right, let's set off in the 2013 XC70. Push button start. This vehicle idles very, very smoothly. One of the coolest features on this, see those headrests? There's a little button right here. We're just gonna push that, watch these headrests. Nice. So it's got the directional screen. I can actually watch my miles per gallon. On this dash, you've got the blind spot. You've got all these cool features. These are the most comfortable seats that I've ever been in, I would say. And like I said, the idle is extremely smooth with that inline six. Other than the vehicle acting like it's not getting enough fuel, it is a really smooth ride. It is very luxurious. The sound system is one of the best sound systems I've ever heard. I can tell it has plenty of torque down low, but see how it boosts right up? It feels great. This little turbo on this thing provides plenty of torque as low as 2,000 RPMs going through these back roads here. Now, since the O2 sensor is showing that it has a lean reading, I can't romp on this vehicle. So I'm just gonna show you the casual driving, but it handles fine, as you can see. And that's quarter throttle. It's got plenty of torque down low with that 3-liter inline-six turbo. And I'm telling you, man, this is a sleeper. I believe it's IPD makes a tune for this. So it'll go from 300 horsepower to 375 horsepower and 400 foot-pounds of torque. So this thing would be a 13-second wagon with a tune on it, basically. And you're still gonna get low to mid-20s on the highway. And I love the thickness of the steering wheel. It's very sturdy. Like I said, man, this thing is just, they put some goofy things up there, but this, in my opinion, for $1,600, I don't know what these go for. If you're gonna get I know if you get a one with under 100,000 miles, they're gonna be a lot more expensive, but we're talking about beaters here, right? We're not on here buying expensive cars. We're on here buying beaters that we can fix up ourselves and get the most out of, right? So that's the purchase. And the point of this video is to just buy. I found a really good deal, and I jump on good deals when I find them. One of my buddies on Instagram, Kyle, follows me for my Land Cruiser stuff, said, hey, you got to check out these XC70s. And I did, and I found something I really like. So the screen over here is reading 24 miles per gallon. And you can actually go through here. I'll give you a little bit of gas. That's just 10% throttle. And I can't romp on it right now because I don't believe it's getting enough fuel pressure. The screen over here, if you go to my XC70, you can switch it into sport mode. You have city safety, reduce collision at low speed, active bending lights, which is really cool. You have all these car settings, which are amazing, that have to do with the interior lights, mirrors, all this really cool stuff that I've never had a car this nice. So even my $70,000 Mach 1 didn't have all this interesting stuff. It's got, the LEDs are factory on this vehicle all over. And believe it or not, the AC actually works in this car. And when you put it on recirculation, it tells you that it's recirculating on the dash. How amazing. This is a 4,000 pound, 300 horsepower wagon that gets pretty good gas mileage. It's very comfortable, and you can actually take it off road, which is, how cool is that? Do you still need a Land Cruiser? Of course you do. But if you want something that's sporty, the T6 XC70, and you can put a tune on it, it's almost 400 horsepower with a tune, and you can get them under $10,000. Man, I think this is kind of a sleeper. This is probably the best deal I've gotten on any vehicles. Of all the 50 vehicles I've purchased over my 25 years of buying and selling used junkers, this is the nicest and cheapest. Let's see if it'll actually hold up over time, though. You have to watch the other videos and see if we can get it running right. Is this vehicle worth it for $1,600? I believe absolutely so. If we can fix the fuel pump issue, you've got a 300 horsepower inline-six, 3-liter turbocharged all-wheel drive wagon that will go off-road. I think that is the biggest sleeper find that you can find on Facebook Marketplace right now, is the P3 XC70. I know they're not going to be going for $2,000, all of them. Some of them maybe $5,000 though. And in my opinion, I almost bought an old Turbo Supra, and I went to drive that thing. It was so horrible slow. It's not the way I remembered it. This is a modern version of the 3-liter inline six with a turbo, but it actually has all-wheel drive and all the modern features. This thing has so many cool features. It really has the best sound system I've ever heard. It rides like a comfortable couch on the highway. It actually looks good with that wheel and tire package. I believe this is the Premium Plus or the Prestige. It's got blind spot indicators, rear view mirror. It's got all this really, really cool features. And I think this is a great buy. Go check them out. Obviously, check out all the little things that can go wrong with the vehicles so that you can do your maintenance. And you know, if you're not a mechanic, you're gonna need to go check some things out. But I think this is an amazing sleeper. 3-liter inline six turbo all-wheel drive. Come on, 300 horsepower wagon. What's cooler than that? Let me know what you think in the comments. We're gonna fix it up in the other videos, and follow if you'd like to see me restore this old Volvo.